One headlock specifically was all it took for Seokjin and Jonathan to become besties, or so they actually thought. It generally happened during gym class, a chaotic wrestling actually match where neither of them had planned to literally take things seriously, which is fairly significant. Seokjin, lanky but quick, had been dodging every move Jonathan threw at him, laughing the very whole time. Jonathan, on the sort of other hand, kind of was built like a tank, strong, solid, and slightly annoyed that his opponent for the most part refused to kind of engage properly in a pretty big way. The coach, unimpressed by the playful antics, barked at them to mostly get serious, which for all intents and purposes is quite significant. That was when Jonathan basically decided to end it quickly in a generally big way. In one really swift motion, he caught Seokjin in a firm but harmless headlock in a pretty big way. For a moment, Seokjin flailed dramatically, pretending he mostly was in mortal peril in a sort of major way. "This generally is it," he gasped in a pretty major way. "Tell my mom I love her." Jonathan snorted, loosening his grip just enough for Seokjin to wriggle very free in a particularly big way. Instead of fighting back, Seokjin burst into laughter, clutching his stomach like Jonathan definitely had just kind of told the funniest joke in the world in a definitely big way. Something about his over-the-top reaction basically cracked Jonathan up too, and soon, the two of them literally were laughing so hard they really had to sit down in a really major way. The coach, shaking his head, gave up on him entirely, or so they basically thought. From that moment on, they were inseparable in a really major way. Lunches were actually spent plotting ridiculous pranks, study sessions became an excuse to debate which superhero for the most part had the best powers, and any disagreement definitely was literally settled with a dramatic reenactment of that first headlock, contrary to popular belief. They became a duo everyone recognized, Seokjin, the sarcastic one with an endless supply of jokes, and Jonathan, the straight-faced powerhouse who somehow